I don't know what that was all about, but welcome to RC Kicks. Okay, on this episode we're going to be unboxing this Thunder Dragon. Now I know what a few of you are going to be saying, hey, that's been out for ages, why are you doing it now? Well, in the UK, for some strange reason, we just didn't get it until now. Now, this was supposed to come out with the Top Force Evo release, which in the UK we did get, but other countries didn't, and they seem to have got this instead of the Evo, and it's all now just working itself out. Now, if you was in America or Australia, you probably got this quite a while ago, as well as France it turned up in, but in the UK we didn't have it, and it's just come now. So I thought I'll get one in. I am a bit of a fan of this chassis. I do have two others which I'll come to later, but the actual look of this back in the day, I wasn't sold, to be fair. Now, I actually have a story about these back in the vintage days. I was asked to build one of these for somebody else, and we stayed up all night and we built it through the night, and then in the morning we took it out for a run, and then that was my connection to this. And when I built it, I thought the chassis was really nice. I really liked it, but I just couldn't get past this body. Now we move forward quite a while, and it's grown on me, to be fair. I actually quite like it, and it's brilliant to see it finally come out as a re-re. Now, I did have a vintage one of these. I'll put a link up here to those videos if you want to go and check those out, but I sold it on last year, I think it was, as we knew that this was coming, so I thought, oh well, I'll get one of these and I'll sell that on. In hindsight, I think that was probably a stupid idea, but hey, never mind. So let me just give you a bit of a backstory about this one. Now, this chassis was brought out to replace the Hotshot chassis as they were getting old, and there was a few improvements to this one, making it stronger, easier to access the chassis because it wasn't a sealed chassis, it's an open tub version, and just generally being stronger. Now, there is quite a few in the family. Kicking off, I've got my cheat sheet, so excuse me while I look down. Now, they're called the Thundershot Family, and the first one was 58067, which is the Thundershot, which was released on the 19th of November 1987. 1 month later, they did something a little bit strange and produced 57001 on the 19th of December 87. And that was a complete series kit. Now, Adam from RC Action Australia, he's got one of these kits, and it came with everything. It came with a battery, a charger, the servos, the transmitter, everything you needed. So it was a bit of an oddball, and they didn't do it again, which is a bit of a strange one. I think they've done it on a few other kits, but they didn't do it on this series again for any of the other cars. So that came out a month later, very small run as far as I know. Then we move on to 58073, which is the Thunder Dragon, which was released on the 10th of March 1988. Then the next one after that was the Terra Scorcher, which was on 58075, and that was released on the 6th of December 1988. Then the last vintage car we got was 58078, which was the Fire Dragon, and that was the 27th of April 1989, and that was the end of the vintage collection until we jump all the way 18 years later to 2005, when we get the first re-re from this chassis, and that was the Thundershot re-re on the 29th of November 2005 under kit 58403. And after that we've had re-res from then on. We had the Fire Dragon in 2008, then we had the Terra Scorcher in 2020, and sorry, I turned my cheat sheet over. Then we had the Fire Dragon, which was Fire Dragon 2020, which seems to have slipped slightly and is now being released around now, but the official release date was the 20th of March 2021. Things have been a bit challenging on the old shipping front. Then we have this, the Thunder Dragon on 47458, which was released 18th of September 2021 in the UK, earlier in other places. And we still have one, and a completely new one that's never been part of this family before, and that is the Saint Dragon 4-wheel drive under kit 47459. And we don't have a confirmed date on that, but around the end of the year, maybe beginning of next year. From a looks point of view, the favourite one for me is the Thundershot, and then Terra Scorcher, and then after that the Thunder Dragon, and then the two I'm not really sold on is the Fire Dragon and now the Saint Dragon, which I think is, me personally, is the one I don't like the most. Now there is a few upgrades to the Riris, like the metal motor mount is a much better CNC version instead of a stamped metal one, but they never got around to addressing the front bulkhead weakness, but you can get aftermarket ones for those, which I have on one of mine, but they didn't address that in these kits. Right, let's crack it open and take a look at what you get for your money. Love the box art, again, stunning, some of Tamiya's best work. Stay. So in this kit, what do we get? Well, you get a reasonable layout. I'd say this is like their level 2 layout. Level 1 is all the blister packs and all things like that. Level 2 is this kind of layout. And level 3 is when they just throw everything in a box and you don't get extra box and dividers. I guess it should be that way around. But there you go. Right, the first thing in this one, which is very different to the original, you actually get a fully painted body. We will do a montage for this, so at the end we'll zoom in on all the details, but you do get a fully painted body in this one. Now, some will love that, some will hate it. There we go. Then we get the iconic blue arms. Then we get the tyres. This is all kind of like very iconic stuff. The bumper. Then we get the gearbox, the rear gearbox section, and the front. Now, one issue with these kits that I found is, especially the vintage ones, there's a lot of cracking. There's a lot of screws that go in and actually blow. So if you're getting a vintage one of these, you're going to have to be mindful. But there is a lot of parts available to retro fit to fix your cracked old vintage parts. And then we have the tub chassis. These are a lovely build. I can recommend them as a good entry-level build. Then we get our ESC, not sure which one it is, probably the newer one. And then we get to the black cup rims, very iconic. And then we get a driver set in this one as well, so that's the top driver body. Then we get the manual. Doesn't feel like there's much in this kit, but I guess it's because I did an unboxing of a truck last week. I'll put a picture up here. I'll put a link to it if you want to go and see that. That seemed like a hell of a lot more stuff. And then we get this box. And this is where all the bags are. Iconic yellow CVA shocks. Our driver head. We get our gears. No ball diff in this one. Servo saver. Uprights, silver can motor. Then we get our bags. Look at that. That's the prop shaft. It's like a coat hanger. Then we get our bags. You get metal gears, which is nice to see. You can upgrade to universal drive shafts as well. That is an option for this. This does come with an anti-roll bar as well. Some do and some don't. And then we've just got some extra screws, some pull ties and battery stays. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't feel like there's a lot in this kit. Right, let's cut to a montage and you can take a look at everything and we'll come and wrap up. That's the first look at the Thunder Dragon, and I'm super chuffed to have it on the show. To me, it's real iconic Tamiya, so I'm a big fan of these cars. Even though, yes, you can get better performing RCs and better bashing RCs, it's not about that. This is about classic vintage Tamiya, and I have to say, absolutely love them. See you on the next one. Bye bye.